Friends, we often hear this statement, do not share your goals, work in silence, vanish, and appear with a trophy one day. Sounds really tempting, isn't it? But this is not the only approach to the idea of success. In my opinion, it's an incomplete sentence, and here's the reason why. If you are an achiever and you have a history of achieving goals, you might be able to work in silence and go through the process. So it might work for you. If you know how to plan your work and work your plan, this might work for you because you know how to do it. But let me take you to the other side of the equation. Let me take you, if you are an achiever and you know how to do things, then you can be the motivation for many. You can be the inspiration for many. You can actually disclose your goals, and as you go through the process, your followers, your friends, all the companions, they will get to learn a lot from your process. What to do, what not to do, and how to do it. So revealing your goals in both sense could be a plus sides for you because you know how to achieve your goals. Now, let's talk about the other scenario. For the far majority, we don't know how to make the workable plans. Or even if we know how to, make workable plans, we just don't know how to implement them. Or we end up procrastinating because we overthink too much. All the reasoning that tells us like how can we not do it end up taking over, and we end up leaving the subject. So if not revealing your goals, if over the years you haven't been able to achieve the goals or the things that you wanted to do, then working in silence might not be a good idea for you. It might work in opposite to you, to your personality, because obviously if it hasn't worked all this time, there might be 1% chance, but overall, if you really look into that, more than likely you need someone to actually help you go through the process. We cannot think about going to the gym one day and lifting up the entire weight. We have to go through the process, slowly get used to that, and then basically maximize our strength and know how to do it. So if you haven't revealed your goals and you haven't worked on them yourself, then more than likely not revealing your goals might not be the best idea for you. Now, sometimes this happens. You had a goal, you came up with that idea, and you ended up just discussing it with the wrong person. That person even breaks down to two further scenarios. One, that person either didn't know themselves what they were talking about, so instead of saying no, that I don't know, or guiding you to a different direction, they just ended up giving you an opinion about it. Because we all have to give an opinion about something, right? We cannot say no. So that ended up being your basically their opinion for you, and you ended up taking that without actually doing further research. Or the other scenario is the person is really discouraging. They don't want to see you moving forward in life. Now think about it, like, do not expect a store manager or owner of a company who's dependent upon you to be really appreciative of your creative ideas. If you reveal it to them, more than likely they're going to find a replacement. And after you're done training the replacement, more than likely you'll get fired, but your idea will never be entertained. So why go in that direction, right? If you have a so-called friend that in your opinion, you have no race with them, but they're racing with you. And if you end up revealing your goals to them, they might be a discouraging factor for you. Now, if you're a hard-headed person, you might be able to get away with it, right? You still might be able to get something out of it because you know how to work around it. But for the far majority, since we are emotional creatures, it doesn't work that way. A lot of time people get discouraged and they end up not doing it, even though they should have researched further, right? So that could be one scenario where you didn't share it with the right person. Another time is that when you actually got stuck somewhere, right? And now you have a mixed history of sometimes achieving goals, sometimes not. When you want to do it, you do it. When don't want to do it, don't do it. And now you're stuck, right? What you do? You get confused because you're stuck in there. You're like, should I reveal it? Should I not reveal? Last time I did it myself. This time I shouldn't do it. There's nothing wrong with approaching for help. Knowing your weaknesses is a strength. We all come together close to each other because of strengths and weaknesses. We help each other grow for our future generations. Let me talk about myself here, right? All my life, I always revealed my goals. I had to change my company so many times because I'm very open about my goals, what I want to do in my life, and a lot of time ownerships don't like it. My parents never liked it. They never wanted me to reveal my goals all my life, but I never stopped. I was very shy about my emotions, but I was always very expressive about coming up with new ideas to do things. And slowly, I started holding myself accountable and living up to that. And then once the no judgment part came in, then it became a habit of mine. So I can reveal a goal and not do it, not reveal and do it, reveal it and still do it. So, but that's just basically I have trained myself. It doesn't matter to me what someone thinks, what they don't think. I'm not in a line. I have my own line going on. So that just is my mind. It doesn't really bother me if it's friends or if someone knows my plans or someone knows my goals. In fact, my friends, sometimes they get mad at me because I will reveal my goals to even people who don't like me. I don't have any problem for that because I'm working for human growth. So if something is out there that basically makes you envy me and in a process you actually grow, that's a win situation for me because at the end of the day, that is what I'm trying to do to people. I'm trying to help them grow. We all grow along. So me revealing the goals, not revealing the goals, either or, it worked for me. What I'm trying to come up with through this statement, what I'm trying to come up with this idea or revealing my own personal story is that it's all about, comes down to self-awareness. If you know who you are, if you think you are going to need help, go get help. Get it from the right people. If you think you're not going to need help and you can lead from the front, you can stay silent if you want, but I will still argue on the other side that you should reveal your plans and let be the inspiration for many so they can follow. Even if you don't make it, it still can be motivation for many because you might not make it, they might be able to make it. I do a lot of things for that reason because I might not be able to get there even though I want to, but sometimes other people are better than you. So if they get there, it's still a win-win situation. There's no judgment. As long as there's no judgment against you, as long as you're doing right for the society, as long as your vision is positive, you really don't have to worry about these things. So out of all this, what I'm trying to get down to, it all comes down to self-awareness. Asking for help is not a weakness. In fact, knowing that you're going to need help and going to the right person, asking for help is a strength. So if things don't work out for you because you don't reveal them and it hasn't worked out for you, maybe you want to reach out to the right people and let them be the mentor, let them be the accountability partner. Now, that doesn't mean they have to stand on top of you 24/7 and mock you and make fun of you and laugh at you and be hard at you. That just means that someone has to help you go through the process. When you feel down those days, when you don't want to do something, they can actually encourage you, remind you of your promise to yourself. So whatever works for you, if you're doing it, silence works for you because you don't want distraction and you can just stay focused on your thing and you don't need help and you're geniuses, go for it. If you think you are going to need help, go for the help. Don't look around what people are doing. The problem is, it all comes down to pain. We humans don't like humiliation. We don't want to be laughed at. We don't want to face it. We don't like confrontation. So we end up, we end up staying quiet and not doing anything ourselves either. But that's not the right approach. So the goal is we have to remind ourselves again, do not get caught in the hype of do things in silence and vanish and show up out of nowhere, because that might not work for you. It might work for one person, but it might not work for you. So be self-aware, find out what works for you. Whatever works for you, the purpose is to get to the goal with and without help. And in the process, don't judge ourselves and learn the process. Talk to you guys soon. Follow me on my Instagram, Always Strong. You can follow me on my Facebook page, Sam Wahid Khan, or Always Strong. You can follow me on my YouTube channel, Sam Wahid Khan. Talk to you guys. Keep on moving, keep on growing, and stay strong. Bye.